Welcome to another N times 4565 video. This will be a Poleshift video, and as you saw in my intro, I know there are some of you that hope that I'm wrong. You hope that I'm wrong about this incoming objects, and you hope that I'm wrong about the Bible. I could be wrong about the incoming objects. It is possible. But I am not wrong about the Bible, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get right into it. Now right here, we have Earthquake 3D. And what I have it real small because I have to. Because as it comes around, I want to show you today's activity in Alaska. Now, this is where the swarm is, and once again, we're looking at over 150 quakes, and some of them, I would be willing to say, could be foreshocks for another event of larger magnitude. But just to give you a look and see, this is the second day, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to tell you something. This is incredible. This is incredible. You know it, and I know it, but there it is. And also, we know that it's kicking up movement in Canada and along the west coast on the San Andreas. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's also causing problems in Hawaii, and this is only symptoms of things to come. Once again, over here on this side of the Ring of Fire, down low, along even with Australia, when we know this is the quake area, okay, we still have suspicious activity. And as we come around, I found this interesting. A 5.2 in Iran. You know, I don't know. I just find it interesting. And I have noted it. And as we come around, of course, we see in the Middle East and Italy, it continues. Now, this should look familiar if you keep up with N times 4565, and that is this mid-central Atlantic quake. And you're going to see more of this activity. Now, some people say it's on the downtick. I can't guess that. I can't even guess if it's on the uptick. Per se. I mean, I know it's on the uptick. I know it's on the increase because of the incoming objects, because the Earth is feeling the pressure from the magnetic draw that we're receiving from the incoming objects. And not only this, ladies and gentlemen, but the tectonic plate movement, the crustal movement, is beginning to fight against the inner dwelling pressure from this other object that's starting to draw. Now, some people say that the Juan de Fuca and the San Andreas is a slip fault, and it is loaded. But here's what you need to know. It's also trying to open up. The fracture is beginning to bow open and feel the pressure. And when it gets to a certain place, it's going to slip. And of course, catastrophe. Of course, now some people say that it's going to kick off the New Madrid. Well, possible. But I think to kick off the New Madrid, you're going to have some activity over here. And with that being said, Russia seems to be doing some interesting things off the East Coast. And could it be that there is a Russian mole working to set off nuclear explosions to cause a tsunami on the East Coast? Here's what I say. Be patient, boys. Because the target is right about here for a big impact. But I digress. So there you go on the earthquakes. And once again, we're going to look at the 7 days, past 7 days, and of course you can see that South America is feeling the pressure. You can see down below on the southern side of the planet how all of this activity, ladies and gentlemen, is being caused by a magnetic draw. And you may agree with me or not, it's okay. And of course we have this activity in Alaska and Canada. Much too much to ignore. So with that being said, and I have other things I want to talk about, but I want to try to stick to the Poleshift stuff right now. So let's take a look at this. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, is my website, YouTube page, and I seem to be losing subscribers. I'm down to 2105 when at one time I had 2111, but you know, it is what it is. So if you just come over here and click on that and subscribe, if you're watching this for the first time or whatever, I'd appreciate it. It shows me that things are continuing to grow, and that's very important to me. Okay, so now I want to bring you over here and look at this pole axis wobble. Now in this pole axis wobble, the last time we were checking it, we were on the, of course we're in this blue line, and we got into this straight line dive here. Now, some people say that it matches with the light blue line and the red one. And it does. But there's something different here, ladies and gentlemen. When we get, as you see right here, it seems as if when the planet is wobbling in this direction, it's fighting something pulling on it in the opposite direction. Because you can see it working its way. And then as it gets over here, it's a straight line draw because of the magnetic pull from the incoming objects below. But then now, as we get here, we see a little chaos. Now, it's a little too early to tell right here. And, you know, to coin the other brother, you know, the 12 degrees, you know, the 12 degrees is what it is. I guess it depends on whenever you plot. But at any rate, there's something going on here. Now the question is, will we make it around here, or will it break free and go inside the blue, light blue and red, or outside the light blue and green? I don't know that it's going to stay exactly with the light blue right now, because this is a different time, and this is now, and the incoming objects weren't as close here as they were here. Now, if it continues to follow the light blue line, then we have to ask ourselves a lot of questions about the incoming objects. But at any rate, this is an important graph. I think it shows us the battle in the Earth's rotation on its axis as it wobbles like a spinning top. Now, I haven't made a video for a while, but you see we broke the straight line and we had this move here, and I'm not sure how he could assume that instead of a straight line unless he has other coordinates and he's only going to plot a dot on these certain days. So if this is true, then you know, it's getting pulled on. And remember, the green line and the yellow line, way back before the incoming object got as close to us as it is now. So I think what we're going to see here is going to be brand new. It's going to be brand new, ladies and gentlemen. So that should do it as for right now. I have some other things I'd like to discuss about this, but I don't find it truly worth discussing until I get a little more information. So we'll just hang out and wait on a little more information. So with that being said, let's move along. Now, of course, everyone knows that this is the volcanic gases. This is the SO gases. Now, I want us to focus on this area here. But unfortunately, there's a really huge low pressure area off the coast, which of course is drawing in all of the SO gases. So any concentration of gases along here that would be suspicious are going to be disrupted by this very deep low pressure. As you can see from the Aleutians, is pulling the SO out into the Pacific. So this storm has us a little inundated right here about what's going on. With that being said, let's go down here. However, in Southern California, we can see that the SO gases once again are on the move. Now, here's what I want you to see. I found an anomaly here, and I'm not sure what it's all about, but it is worth noting. I have this line of SO gases. It bypasses, it's a little disturbed here, and it comes right on down toward the Juan de Fuca. And this line here seems to have gotten caught up in the storm. It used to be a straight line like so, but you can still see it. And down here, we have these gases coming from Hawaii. Of course, we know Hawaii is having volcanic activity, but, well, you say, well, always have volcanic activity, but it's on the increase. The Kilauea volcano seems to be on the increase. Okay, so Southern California is definitely upticking on the SO gases along with this line that's following the fault line. And if you'll notice on the San Andreas, the gas continues. This is almost like a highlighter telling you where the fault line is. Then, of course, we have Central America, and it's cooking away over here. And, of course, then the New Madrid is also on them. By the way, we had another earthquake in Tennessee up here, and I found that interesting. And I think it's going along with this Alaska activity. I think that this magma stream is somehow following this fault, and it could be even a reason for this low pressure area here due to sea temperatures. But that's another speculation on my part. And of course, anything with Poleshift is speculative, isn't it? Oh man, some of these other people, they make me laugh when something happens. It's like, look right here. See these SO gases? I told you they would be there last week. And there they are. And I'm the only one who got it right. Now, come on, man. Now, listen. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter if you got it right. All that matters is you're giving us the truthful information that we're not getting anywhere else. That's what matters, not if you're right or not. And so we see here in South America, along the slip plates, the SO gases are continuing to spew, ladies and gentlemen. This is all a sign that the Earth is under tremendous pressure from the inside out. And taking a look at Antarctica, we have this activity over here. And I'm trying to hurry, but I do want to show you Africa. Because if you watch my videos, you remember I told you to watch out in the Congo and southern Africa for earthquakes. Okay. And here we go. We still have this SO output here and here. Now, this seems to be a new anomaly right here, but the Congo is cooking, and we got something happening here. It's just worth noting. It's tremendous pressure along the Middle East, but we know the Bible tells us that one of the biggest earthquakes in history is going to happen here. So, no surprise here. And looking at Asia, it's unbelievable what you see in Asia. And you know what? In China here, it's hard to tell if it's pollution from industry or true SO gases or what it is. But they're inundated. Aren't you glad that you don't live in this area? And if you do, don't you wish you had a big fan where you could blow all this out? But here we have North Korea and the SO gases. It's not over here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you that right off. And Indonesia and the Philippines, once again, we have activity here in Indonesia. We're watching this spot here, somewhere around the Solomon Islands, and these areas here, and these areas here. And the reason I say that is because I'm not talking about over here. I'm about over here where we have these SO gases. And for my friends in Australia, you really need to take note of what's going on in your continent. Because have you not noticed that things are picking up here? And I'm sure and almost positive that you're getting earthquakes that we're not hearing about. And with that being said, I'm gonna leave that where it is. But I'm almost positive that there has to be earthquakes going on here and here that we're not hearing about. So that's a heads up for my friends down under. Pay close attention, because you guys are on the hot seat with this Poleshift. And so now let's move along and take another look at another chart. Okay, and what we want to look at now is the jet stream for a moment. Now, I want you to pay close attention to the jet stream, because this jet stream is beginning to tell us why the climate chaos is what it is. Now, this jet stream right here is completely out of pocket, ladies and gentlemen. While it's going in the right direction, okay, it's in the wrong location. And this jet stream should be a little further south, more with the trade winds than where it is now. But you can go to Paul Beckwith and watch some of his videos. He'll tell you right off the bat that it isn't correct. Now, looking at the United States of America, this jet stream here is way south for now, and it's very volatile, ladies and gentlemen. You have this hook here in the central part of the states, deep trough, a deep trough. It goes pretty far south. So we'll have to keep a heads up here in South Texas and in the Midwest and East later on in the week, because of this kink right here. I'm trying to think of a word that we all know. I don't want to use no big word or nothing like that, but we like a Ventura, you know, the pressures are squeezing in on this, and it's causing it to run faster here off the East Coast. This could produce a really big nor'easter later on in the week, and I'm just saying. Now, we know we have this deep storm here because of this trough in the jet stream here. Now, of course, we want to look at the Arctic, and we can see that the Arctic is way spread out. This should be inside of this circle, not way out here. The jet stream right now should be inside of this circle, and it's just so spread out. And this is complete chaos right here. Doesn't make any sense. And of course, over here, and we'll take you over there, we have more mixing going on, and this mixing is also causing climate chaos, ladies and gentlemen. You see here, 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 and here, lots of mixing. Now, I notice this void along the equator, and I'm a little concerned about this, because this is causing the air and the temperatures to rise in the Indian Ocean. This could be a very interesting year here, here, and here for storms. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And of course, as we come around to Africa, where our storms come from, we can see the jet stream is the hurricane zone is trying its best to get set, but we'll have to wait and see because of stuff like this, which is causing this mix. And of course, here in the Gulf of Mexico, we know that stuff like this really works on the Gulf Stream, And I know that the Gulf Stream is having issues right now, ladies and gentlemen, but I don't have any charts. But from my information from the buoys, something's going on here, and it's a mixing of warm air. It's just so warm here because this jet stream is so far south, like this trough here and this trough here, just pulling the warm air up. Now, if I don't quit talking, it'll be another 1 hour video, won't it? So looking at South America, you can see South America. Looking at the South Pole, the Antarctic, we can see that there was way more jet stream chaos than there has been. And the reason is plain, because this is where the pressure is. And so the magnetic anomalies are causing this jet stream to intermix and to break apart and totally be, this is absolute chaos right here, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, you got a good eye view of it. Let's move along. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a brand new chart that we're going to begin to look at because it's on the uptick. And this is the fireball chart, up to date for now. Now, this is all of the sightings of fireball events. Now, if you don't know what I did, I just got rid of my picture. You don't need to see me. Some of these have fragments, and some of them have sound. They came with sound, such as these. And these all left fragments as they exploded and fell to the earth. Now, I want you to notice that these are just the ones that are seen. This is just the sightings. We don't know how many fireballs are making it into the atmosphere that are not seen and are reported. So, we're looking at the date, and this is the 2nd, and which is today, and we see already there are 4 here, all except for one in the United States, California, North Carolina. California seems to be an area to pay close attention to. Now, yesterday on the 1st, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and they were in the United States except for Great Britain and this one here. Now, and it had fragments. Now, in general, last month there were anywhere from 10, an average of 7 fireballs a day reported. Now we can see that they're scattered about across the country, across the planet, but a lot of sightings are in the United States. Now I wanted to show you something here. This one. Let's look at this event here. Now, this event was reported by Melanie F. And this is where she was when she saw it. This is the map. And I just want to read what she says. She says, broad daylight, driving in my car on a road near the airport. Drivers on the same road driving behind me and in opposite direction also reacted with a ducking motion inside their cars as I did. First thought, it was a plane crash or an explosion. Quick flash seemed to be overhead, made me duck inside my car, followed by a sound. Couldn't really identify direction, but seemed it could be to the left of me after it was above me. Very frightening and odd scenario. New experience. Very difficult to describe sensation. Left me shaken. Since I don't know what it was, researched and found meteor or space junk entering atmosphere best fit what I experienced. Thank you for your time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that this more than likely was not space junk, but instead, I would say that it was a true fireball, a meteor. And these are the reports that we get. Now they don't always have sound or report sound. D sound or C sound rated on the number of sonic booms, or distance, or time. You know, how long it took for the sound to approach after the fireball. So we're going to start taking a look at this to see this increase of fireball activity as we begin to enter into the debris field of Halley's Comet and the debris field brought to us courtesy of the incoming objects. So another chart to note: 1, 2, 3, 4 events today of fireballs seen. And every time we do an update now, we're just going to check this out to see what's happening, because I do believe they will be on the increase. And like this lady, she was shaken by this fireball because I guess they're pretty scary events. And with that being said, I have one more thing to look at before we're done. Now, quickly, I want to run through some of these events that have been going on in recent days. And hours. Oh, Lord, I said that word, hours again. And I know it's getting long, but I just want us to look at some of these news events, because you and I both know that this isn't what you see normally on the news before, these things. Check this out. Asteroid 2017 JA flew past Earth at a distance of 0.26 lunar distances. A newly discovered asteroid, 2017 JA, flew past Earth at a distance of 0.26 lunar distances, 99,840 kilometers, or 62,037 miles, on May the 2nd, just a day after it was discovered. This is the 19th known near-Earth asteroid to fly by Earth within 1 lunar distance. 2017 JA was first observed a few days ago. Now, there's a couple of things to note in this short paragraph. Number one, there is an increase on near-Earth objects. Number two, there's so many coming so fast that a lot of them are only being discovered only hours or days before they fly by. Next, they are flying closer and closer to the Earth. This is the 19th known near-Earth asteroid to fly by Earth inside the lunar distance. You understand? I got a chart we could look at someday that shows you how they're getting bigger and closer. Of course, the question always is, these are the facts, so the question always is, when do they get so big and so close that they start crashing? Well, believe me, you'll know when the first one hits. And here we have the Sakajima rains ash on Kagoshima City. This powerful volcano that's erupted, and the eruption ejected ash up to 16,000 feet above sea level toward Kagoshima City, where it caused significant ash fall. Kind of like snow, but it's ash. It is very dangerous as it has minute particles of glass. Increased activity at Kikumjini volcano exclusion zone established. The University of the West Indies Seismic Research Center reports an increased activity at Kikumjini undersea volcano between Grenada and the Grenadine island of wherever that is. The alert level was raised to yellow, so this is undersea activity. And we only know this because it's camera monitored. But my question to you, ladies and gentlemen, is how many undersea volcanoes are actually running now that we don't even know about? Extreme weather, major flooding, and tornadoes claimed 20 lives in America. At least 20 people have died and 3 are still missing as severe weather hits the U.S. Midwest and South over the weekend. Flooding, rain, strong winds, tornadoes, all reported in Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Kansas, Missouri, etc., etc. We know this is climate chaos, and I showed you why, because we noted the jet stream. 2. Magnitude 6+ earthquakes, dozens of aftershocks hit Alaska, British Columbia border region. A strong and shallow earthquake registered by the USGS as 6.2 hit sparsely populated Alaska, British Columbia border region at 12:31 UTC time on May 1st. The agency is reporting at a depth of 2.2 kilometers, 1.3 miles. The quake was followed by numerous aftershocks. And we know, ladies and gentlemen, we've been watching this. We've been watching this by the hour. It has not let up. It has not let up, and I don't see any signs of it letting up, ladies and gentlemen. And so, moving right along, I got to hurry. I'm done. Oklahoma declares state of emergency after severe weather outbreak. Violent wedge tornado hits Canton, Texas. 5 dead and over 50 injured. Landslide buries 24 in Kazakhstan. Warnings were ignored. Sound familiar? Massive wildfire engulfs Bubavuka. I guess that's where Bubba lives. Siberia declares a state of emergency. I guess so. 6.8 quake hits the Philippines. Tsunami warnings issued. And there was no tsunami. Destructive tornado in Italy. Strong eruption at the volcano where ash flew 14,000 feet. And we just saw where it was falling into the city. At least 2 craters formed during the new Nishikashima eruption. After 1.5 years of silence, Japan's Nukushima volcano entered a new eruptive phase on April 20th, and aerial imagery now shows there are at least 2 craters spewing large amounts of lava. Whew. Ladies and gentlemen, on and on it goes. So the question is, as we watch this Poleshift begin to take root, now I really wanted to have the solar system scope up, but I wasn't able to purchase it at this point. But our alignment, we're coming out of that alignment with Jupiter and the other planets. And we're coming out of that alignment, and we're now quickly headed towards the incoming objects. So, you know, it could only mean more things to come. And what you're seeing is only the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, end times 4565, it's old news. Shut up. Did you look it up? If you did, you wouldn't be watching me. So I know what I'm talking about. When it comes to this Poleshift, I have a lot of good sources, and I study daily. Sometimes I get tired of saying over and over and over and over and over and over again. But it is what it is. Somebody's got to hammer it home till we get it right. Till we get it right. Now, I'll be doing some more videos on the Bible and other discussions. And I'm looking to start a live program. I'll let you know all this when it gets ready to take place. And you can tune in and check it out. But I want you to know the Lord reigns, ladies and gentlemen. The Lord reigns. And in spite of everything that we see going on, and you know it's happening, it's under God's control. And these incoming objects, ladies and gentlemen, I perceive are under the hand of God and sent into this direction to do the work and the will of the Lord. I think God is using these objects to take care of business. This is how he does it. And once you see it, there will be no stopping it. In fact, right now, there is no stopping it. Okay. If you go to Pete Whitco's channel, he'll tell you exactly where to set your telescope to look and see it. Exactly. My grandson and I have done this. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's not hearsay information. God is on the move. And we are in the midst of wars and rumors of wars. Kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation. Right now it's rumors of war. But soon, real wars, not skirmishes, ladies and gentlemen. War is going to break out. The Psalm 83 war is looking right at you. And so while I still have power out here, as I hear another one of those helicopters, I don't know, can you hear that? Usually when that happens, we have power issues. At any rate, God bless you all and prepare yourselves. Make yourself ready. This is End Times 4565, bringing you the truth. The truth, whether we like it or not, because Jesus Christ is coming again soon.
Wouldn't it be nice if we listened to the voice that says love makes the world a better place? And could we take a little time just to be a better neighbor, the reflection of His grace? We love you, Jesus. We're all hanging in, working on your plan. And we join together in the name of Jesus, in the great house of God. Yes, we stand together in the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. Welcome to the great house of God, where you'll always be and have a helping hand. Always there will be a trusting and loving ear turned towards you. Wouldn't that be grand? They have nothing except our love for love you, Jesus. We're hand in hand, working on your plan. Yeah, and we join together in the name of Jesus. Yes, we stand together in the name of Jesus. And we sing praise together in the name of Jesus. They have nothing except our love. Love you, Jesus. We're hand in hand, working on your plan. Yeah, yeah. And we join together in the name of Jesus. In the great house of God. Yes, we stand together in the name of